No, is it 9 o'clock? 8:30? Yep.
Sounds like Fit Club was good tonight. A couple of you were there.
Damien made it for a Fit Club.
It was really good.
Damien was there. What'd you think? Oh, he's on mute.
It was good. I haven't been active for a long time, so it kind of kicked my butt. So it was a good start.
All right, I am just taking attendance really quick while we give people another minute to hop on. And we'll get started. Tonight's a really good topic, so congratulations to you 8 that are on the line tonight. I'm going to screen share. Pull up the PowerPoint. So tonight's topic is dining out, and we're going to talk about like maintenance and cheating and going to restaurants, which is a really important topic for people to have a healthy, active lifestyle, because things like that come up and you don't have to feel guilty about it. So we're going to talk about how to not feel guilty when you go to a restaurant and how to live an active lifestyle and maintain your weight. So here we go. I'm going to start off tonight's call with personal development. And we've touched a little bit on this each week, just talking about a topic that is, you know, about empowerment, so to speak. So that's kind of what we call personal development. So tonight's quote is going to be, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And this is a quote that I once heard early in my coaching career from Jim Rohn when I started reading some of his books. This really hit home to me because it was something that I wasn't doing. I had 5 jobs. And I was trying to out-exercise a bad diet. So the only thing I did for myself was exercise. And I really still didn't have any time for myself. At the time, I didn't have kids either. So it's a little bit different of a story. But I think now when parents, most of you on the line have kids, it becomes harder to work on yourself because your kids become your first priority. And usually your second priority is your job. So this quote's awesome because it's just a reminder for all of you guys that are working on your health goals and your fitness journeys to work harder on yourself every single day than you do on your job. Just imagine, I always think of like all the things you do for your work. Like it even starts with showing up on time. So I compare showing up on time to work as like meal prepping your snacks or making sure that you've gone to the grocery store to make sure that your fridge is full of healthy foods. Which if it's not, it leads you to eating gas station food or unhealthy food, restaurants. So being prepared is part of being on time to work, is just the same thing as having those healthy snacks for yourself. So reminder for the week is work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Finish the challenge out strong. Work on all those goals that you set from the beginning of the challenge. Take a minute this week too, maybe more than a minute, to reflect on what your goals were at the beginning of the 6 weeks. And just ask yourself one question, like, are you still as focused as you were when you started? Or are you doing things, you know, a little half-assed? Did you fall off the wagon a little bit? Do you do some things really good during the week, and then on the weekends you bomb it? You know, where are you at with what you dedicated to yourself from the beginning? And just remember, if you are being half-assed with it, you're going to get, you know, kind of results. You're not going to get full results that you would if you were playing full on. So a lot of people, just being really frank with you guys, start the challenge and they're really gung-ho for the first 2 weeks, and then they slowly start to jump off the wagon. By the end of the challenge, like, let's see, how many participants we have on the call tonight? I think we're at 10, 12. And most of them, you guys, will watch the call later. But I think it's even like showing up on the call because they're not as excited to even hop on at this designated time. So congratulations to all of you guys for continuing to do so. But that's what we tend to see in a weight loss challenge. And our goals are to keep you guys, you know, motivated throughout the whole challenge and to keep you dedicated to your results. So those people that are still getting results in the challenge are the ones that are putting in the work. And this quote on the bottom, if you kind of do the work, you'll kind of get results. But keep in mind, though, you guys, it might be going slow. And that's okay, too, as long as you're making progress. it does take 4 weeks for you to see changes in your body. Right now we're approaching 5 weeks, so you should be seeing a little bit of changes. It's going to take 8 weeks for your friends and family to start noticing. And it'll take about 12 weeks for the rest of the world to start noticing. So just remember that we're at week 5, week 6-ish, because we had the 4th of July in there. Keep going on your fitness journey, your nutrition journey, and you will continue to see results. I know when other people start to give you compliments is when you kind of feel like, oh, hey, it's working because somebody's noticing. So keep your head up to that. I'm going to move into talking about maintaining your weight loss. So one common thing that I've been asked in the past is, if I use Herbalife and then I stop, will I gain my weight back? And the answer is, if you switch your healthy habits back to what you were doing before, the answer is yes. So it all depends what you're eating. So in a maintenance plan, we would say, or in a weight loss plan, we would say eat 2 shakes a day, 2 snacks, and 1 colorful meal, and drink plenty of water. In a maintenance plan, it would be having 1 healthy shake for breakfast or lunch per day, because you want to get all that packed nutrients into your body and all that extra protein. And then you could have 2 meals and 2 snacks. So it'd be very similar to, you got to have your snacks every 2 to 3 hours and have a meal in between. I personally still do 2 shakes a day. I love the taste of them. I eat, plenty of food to get my calories in, but my weight is going up at the moment. But when I was on a maintenance plan, I still did 2 shakes a day because I loved it, and I just had bigger snacks, and my body's metabolism was fired up so much that it was able to still process the food, and I didn't gain any weight. So if you choose donuts over this plate of fruit, you're going to gain weight. If you choose pizza for lunch every day over that second shake of the day that you're normally doing right now, you're going to gain weight. So just keep that in mind as you're moving through your journey. It still takes work. So if you see this guy over here on the side, he's got his, what he puts into this, what this person's putting into their body, fat, sugar, white flour, preservatives, food coloring, he's a little bit bigger. And the person who's putting whole foods, well-balanced nutrients into their body is going to be slimmer. And then as you maintain your weight, I think it's just as hard, you guys. So actually going back to this picture, I think maintaining your weight is just as hard, because once you hit your weight loss goal, you're mentally thinking to yourself, well, I did it. So I'm here, so now what? And what we tend to do is start to celebrate a little bit. And if you over celebrate that, you're going to see your weight gain back and come back to those old habits. So people kind of slow down on going to the gym, and they slow down on drinking their water, and then they forget about snacks, and they just lose focus. So as you're maintaining your weight, I'd encourage you guys, even as the challenge is ending, to still send your weights to your coach on Wednesdays. It's kind of a good healthy habit to do. You have an accountability partner built right in for you to use. And meet with your coach on a regular basis so that you can get the tips and the pointers and just kind of see where your weight's at. A lot of the clients that I have that have graduated from weight loss challenges and hit their goal weights now do like monthly rescans with me. So it's really cool to just stay caught up with them. And sorry, I checked the chat. I was just checking out if somebody had a question. So I'd recommend that for you guys to maintain your weight. And then here's a cost comparison. So even if you're a person who's on the fence about having 1 or 2 shakes a day, and you have a job that maybe tends to go out, you tend to go out to eat a lot for work, we're going to talk about dining out. Amber's got some awesome stuff for you guys tonight. But here's a breakdown just on price point. I think it's cheaper to have 2 shakes a day. That's another reason why I love having the Herbalife products, because we get a discount on the products. And all of you can ask your coach about how you guys can get a discount as well. We'd be happy to share that with you guys. But here's the cost breakdown. As you look at the screen, on Sunday, maybe you go to Perkins, Monday, McDonald's, Tuesday, Popeye Chicken, Subway, Chick-fil-A, burrito, chips, and beer on Friday. And then Saturday, you go get some sushi with your friends. It's roughly over, about $94 just on average, and about 5,500 calories. And if you have, that's for 1 meal a day. And a lot of people do that, you guys. That is reality for some people who have a business job in the cities. And And Herbalife shake for breakfast and lunch breaks down to $7 total for 2 shakes a day, about $3.50 a shake. And that would be $49 in a week and only 2,800 calories. So as you're maintaining your weight, just keep that in mind. I like to also throw in like 2 shakes a day so that maybe in the afternoon or for dinner you can have a little bit more of a serving size, or have maybe you have healthy spaghetti, but then you have a piece of garlic bread or something extra like that, because your calories still count. You have calorie in and calorie out, and if you eat too many calories, you will start to gain your weight back. So I'm going to pass the call over to Brian, and he's going to talk to you guys about some products that can help you with maintaining your weight and looking better.
Hello again, everybody. So the first product I'm going to talk about is called collagen. It's from the Herbalife skin line. So what it does, it's something that you add to water. You can add it to sparkling water, tea, whatever you want. You can add to your shake. But it's really, really good flavor. It's strawberry lemonade. But the benefits of drinking this product is that it tightens skin. So it's collagen. Collagen is great for your hair, skin, nails. It's going to reduce cellulite. It's proven to reduce wrinkles. And it also is going to give your skin youthful and radiant skin. So that's what you heard me say I was drinking right away. So this product isn't just for women. It's definitely men. I want my skin to look nice. I don't want cellulite. And as you're losing your weight, you're going to want to keep that skin tight. So you want your skin to go along with your fat. So this would be a great product to add in as you're as you're losing all your weight. Okay, so that's the first product. The second one I'm going to talk about is called Thermobond. So Thermobond is actually a fat blocking tablet. It's actually a fiber tablet also. It's got less than 1 gram of fiber, but it's also known as kind of like a cheater's delight pill. You can take it 1 to 3 times a day, but basically it's going to block 53% of the fat you put in your body. So that's good fat and bad fats. So when I like to take this is basically if I know I'm going to have a cheat meal. So you want to take it, or if I know I'm going to go out to eat. I take it 20 to 30 minutes beforehand. So fiber is going to make you feel fuller. So that's one initial bonus of it. And then it's going to block 53% of the fat. And I take this a lot at night because I like to drink milk, and there's a lot of fat in milk. So another great time to drink it. You can also take it like I said, 3 times a day. If you need extra fiber, you can take it before you go to bed just to get extra fiber so you wake up and have that healthy bowel movement. So it's a great tablet. And then we are going to post a video on this. It's a real cool experiment with a cup of water and a cup of water and a couple tablespoons of oil. So when you put oil in water, oil floats to the top. And in this video, they crush down the Thermobond tablet, and you'll see that it gently pulls all that oil to the bottom. So that's exactly what it's going to do to your body. So you don't have to rush to the bathroom by any means, but it's just gently going to pull that fat out of your body. Okay, and then what we have for you also this week, there's only a few days left. So if you want to get a good like you guys are awesome getting awesome results. If you want to get great results before the end of the challenge, you can do the Jet Drink Challenge. So what does this entail, you ask? Excuse me. So the Jet Drink is a combination of beverage mix. So you do 2 servings of beverage mix, so you're going to get 30 grams of protein. You're going to do 2 servings of tea, so it's going to boost your metabolism. You're going to do aloe, so it's going to be great for your digestive tract. And then you're going to do 2 scoops of active fiber. So You mix it all in a large water bottle. So if you see that, that's a 64-ounce water bottle. So you mix it all up in one large water bottle. You have this for either a morning snack or an afternoon snack. This is your snack for the day. One of your two snacks for the day. So the benefits is it's probably going to clean you out pretty good, basically. And that's going to lead to better digestive health, which is going to lead to weighing less. So if you started this on Sunday, if you did this on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 3 days straight, it's like a cleanse. It's a gentle cleanse, but you're gonna see some weight loss more than likely. So I can't guarantee that, but when it comes down to it, you're gonna see you guys all know the leaderboard. If not, you're gonna see it at the end. When it comes down to it, every little bit counts. So Wednesday morning's a weigh-in. You do this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and see what kind of benefits you have for finishing this challenge. So if you ordered it at ASAP, get it by Saturday and see what it can do for you. That's the challenge this week. And now I'm going to pass it over to Amber.
Thank you, Brian. The Jet drink is so tasty too, so I can't wait to see results from that. And then Janelle, I loved your section. What was I gonna say? Oh, about don't get comfortable after this challenge is over. I think that's such a great reminder because a lot of people, they tend to get comfortable after the challenge is over. So keep rocking it out if you're not, if you haven't hit your goal yet. So tonight, you guys, we get to talk about dining out because we already prepped you guys for all week long. So you're meal prepping Monday through Friday. And then all of a sudden the weekend's here and it's like, what do you do, you know? So here are a few do's and don'ts for when you're going to go out to eat. So the number one thing that I really recommend you guys doing is checking out the menus online before you go so that you have a good idea of what the restaurants have to offer. And then you already know, ideally what you're going to order. And the things that you want to look for when ordering like your meats or vegetables is going to be grilled, seasoned, fresh, steamed, baked, broiled, and light and roasted. And then as you can see on the right-hand side, those are things that you're going to want to avoid is the cheesy, smothered, buttery, special sauces, crispy, crunchy, sauteed, just anything, all that extra added stuff that they add to the food when you, when they're prepping things, they have like this fancy bacon and these, extra, sauces that they put on all these different burgers. It sounds tempting, but it's going to jack your calorie limit up tremendously. And then are you going to go to the next slide? And then we're also going to talk about planned meals. Okay, so here's the sides. So when you're going to pick out sides, you guys look for the steam and grilled and fresh. And if you can see the calorie count, when you look at the calories in the grilled asparagus or the steamed green beans, it's only about 50 calories. And then the seasonal veggies is about 96 calories versus choosing the potatoes and all that, the sweet potatoes with toppings, and then the baked potato, those are going to be around 300 to 400 calories. So when, just think about that. And when you're ordering your food, instead of your meat might come with the vegetable and then a potato, feel free to order 2 vegetables. That's what I do when I go out to eat is I order the 2 servings of veggies versus my potatoes. And then the 6 restaurant traps you don't want to fall in is if you guys are going out and it's not a planned meal and that maybe you really need to keep on track for the week. Do not derail from your normal meal plan. So if you are eating the chicken and the vegetables and your healthy carb for dinner, definitely stick to your usual meal plan and watch out for foods that are healthier than they are. So salads and wraps, you guys sound like a healthy option for you, but they're definitely not the protein wraps that you guys are used to eating. And then the salads have all the extra stuff on them that are gonna make the calories well over the limit. Daily specials are not good because they're already portioned out and they're already dressed and seasoned and put gravy on them, and they're probably not the most healthy option because it is the daily special and they give it to you cheaper. Supersizing is definitely a no. The calorie count in the menu, usually restaurants, they'll they'll put the calories on there, but they tend to make the calories 200, they underestimate the calories by about 200. So every chef is different, when they're plating up your food. So the portions are never going to be the same. And so essentially add on 200 more calories than what it says on the menu. And then at a restaurant, the portions are usually huge. So you can ask for a to-go box and separate it out right away. So you're not eating your, full plate overeating. If you separate it out right away, your meats and your vegetables or whatever you choose to eat at that time, then you can just take half home for later, and then you eat half then. And then, like I said about the salad, is when you're ordering salads, you definitely want to look for the grilled chicken and then all the added extras. So you guys, I was super sad to find out that my favorite Oriental chicken salad from Applebee's is well over 1,000 calories. And for me, that's how much calories I eat. That's how many calories I eat in my whole day. So the salads are not healthy options because they put on like the crunchy extras, the grilled or the crispy chicken, and then the dressing. So if you are ordering salads, make sure that you get the dressing on the side and you choose the vinaigrettes dressing over like the creamy dressing, because the vinaigrettes are going to be the lighter option. And then the biggest tip that I have found when dressing my own salad is instead of just dumping the salad dressing on your salad, if you just dip like your fork in it and then you take your lettuce and whatever, you take a bite and then you eat it that way, you're going to find yourself using a ton less dressing than what you would normally do as if you poured it on the plate. And then also a few tips that I have for when you're going out to eat is during the week, if you have you're planning on having a cheat meal, make sure that the day leading up to dining out, you have or the week, I should say, leading out to dining out, your meals are on point. You're hitting your snacks every day, your protein number, everything. And then even that day, you don't want to skip shakes or snacks just because you know that you might be splurging a little bit for that dinner. But you're going to want to make sure to get those things in because that's going to be the most important. And then a helpful tip would be to drink beverage mix or maybe eat an apple or some kind of fiber before you go out to eat. And then definitely pop in the Thermobond like Brian had stated. And so then, you're not going to be as hungry. You're not going to want to order appetizers, and you're going to, just feel better about the whole situation. And then also for me, when I go out to eat is I like to choose between, like if this is going to be my planned cheat meal, I will either have a burger and then I'll hold the bun and then I'll get sweet potato fries, or, I'll have the burger with the bun and then choose the vegetables. So I like to choose between the two, not like overload on the extra carbs. If this is, like I said, a planned meal and your week has been perfect, then I'll do that. And then the most important thing is to get back on track the next day, not feel guilty about what you eating that bad food, but just making sure that you get back on track the next day, hitting your protein numbers and drinking your shakes. And then let's see so that's the planned going out and that's happening. But if it's unplanned and you guys are just super busy and you're stopping, on the way home from baseball to get something to eat and you had no intentions of actually going out to eat, that is when you're going to want to stick to your normal meal plan. Order the meats and the vegetables, and then don't be afraid to customize your meals. Like I said, skip the potatoes, hold the bun. If a wrap sounds tasty, dressings on the side, no wrap, just have it, the straight up, just the meat and the vegetables. And then I also just wanted to touch a little bit on drinks. So when you're going out to restaurants, lemonades and sodas are definitely a no, because they're going to be at least 200 calories as well. You can bring Liftoffs or tea. I've done that many of times. Just pop that in my water or order water with a lemon. And then alcoholic beverages, I would just suggest, keeping it to a minimum, and then ordering more like a vodka tonic with a lemon versus, a full out beer with a ton of calories, because that's going to give you extra calories as well. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on was, once I heard this, is like, so we plan, or, we prep you guys to have really good weeks, and now you guys know like the tips on the weekends. But if you're a weekend warrior and 5 days out of the week you're eating perfect, and then Friday, Saturday comes and you're going out with your friends and you're drinking beer and you're just, totally blowing your program for pizza and burgers and stuff like that, think of it this way as, so there's 7 days a week for each day of the weekend that you're, completely blowing it and eating about 300 to 500 calories, for every day you're going to be making up 2 days. So if you have 7 and then Friday and Saturday, that's, you're playing catch up pretty much all week, and you're really only having like 2 quality days of, your body, because your body's already playing catch up from making up for all those calories that you've consumed over the weekend. So if that's something that you're doing, it's probably because, or if that's something that you're doing and you're not seeing the results that you want, that's probably wise, because you're overeating on the weekends and then you're trying to compensate, the rest of the week. And it's, you're just kind of like playing balance, it's not really doing anything for you or doing your body good that way. So just think about that. Hope you incorporate some of these tips that I've talked to you guys about tonight. And then I am going to turn the call back over to Brian.
Awesome. Great job, Amber. So Amber definitely knows what she's talking about when it comes going out to eat. I've went out to eat with her quite a few times, and she does everything that she just suggested to you. Dry salad, dips her dressing, and she definitely knows what she's talking about. She's down over 70 pounds, so hopefully you guys all pay attention to what she was saying. But right now, I get to give a shout out to the top 5 participants in the challenge. So at 5th, we have Mandy at 4.9% body fat. 4th, we have Allie at 5.2. 3rd, Tina at 6.4. 2nd, Julie at 6.5. And Damien leading everyone off at down 7.3% body fat. So great job, all you challengers. This is the last time you're going to see the leaderboard. So you're going to send your weight to your coach tomorrow. We're not going to give you a leaderboard for the final week. We're going to make you all work hard these last 2 weeks and not know where you're at. So that's always fun for us coaches, I guess. And then we'd also like to invite you. So our final call is going to be on August 2nd. So that's next Wednesday. So we're not going to have a Zoom Tuesday. It's going to be Wednesday at 6 p.m. The Zoom is going to start. But we would love it all if you could all join us live at the Panther Point. So we're going to meet at Panther Point at 5:30. We're going to have a healthy happy hour. So bring a healthy dish to share, something that fits a 1-to-10 ratio. Basically, you guys know what's healthy. We've taught you how we are the last 6 weeks. So healthy dishes, great opportunity to share recipes with others, try healthy appetizers. It is a really fun night. And then we're going to be doing our presentation and award ceremony at 6 o'clock also. And that's all going to be broadcasted on Zoom. So there's a picture of our last Healthy Happy Hour top 7 winners. Like I said, a great night. You can tell they're all smiling, having fun. Along with that, so if you are one of the top winners, you are going to be expected to weigh in that night. Not that we are accusing anybody of cheating, but we've had it happen in the past where they were one of the winners, but they never showed up to accept their prize. So, and if you're not there, you have 3 days. You're allowed 3 days to meet your coach and weigh in. So that's just something we do. Okay. And so anyways, that's our call for tonight. You're going to send your weights to your coach tomorrow. Then you're going to have a whole week. And then the Zoom is at 6 p.m. next Wednesday. Okay? So great job this far. Great job so far, everybody. I'm just going to open up a chat because I saw something. Your scale made me at 2.3 pounds more. Okay, no worries, no worries there, Julie. But and Damien, if you'll be out of the country all next week. Okay, I'll let you talk to Amber about that. Kurt is gonna try the jet drink. That's awesome. You're gonna love it, Kurt. Allie also, very cool. Julie, you're funny. So, final week here, guys. It's been a great 5 to 6 weeks, whatever it's been. Enjoyed chatting with you guys, seeing you on the computer. But finish strong. I'm excited for all you. And hopefully we'll see you at Panther Point. If not, we'll see you on the Zoom. So everybody have a great night. And kick it in gear this last week.
Sounds good, Brian. Have a great week.
Yep. Good
Sounds good,
night.
Brian. Thanks.
Kurt.
See you later.
See you guys.